Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. So in this tutorial we're going to be solving logarithmic equations. So all these equations that you are seeing here are very simple. So just make sure that if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, click on the subscription button, and if you have any questions or you need help in mathematics and physics, or you need tuitions in math and physics, you can just contact me using these same lines on the screen. Okay, so let's begin. So the first question that we have here is the ln of let me use the color white so that you so we have ln x plus 2 squared being equal to 6. So what you just need to do here is you convert this to exponential. And how do you do that? We know to say, if we say ln a is just the same as the log of a with the base e. So while there is ln there, we can replace that part with log base e. So we can write it as this. So log of x plus 2 base e squared being equal to 6. So this is how we can solve this equation. So if we want, we can first drop down this 2, or even just here would have done it like that. We would have first dropped down the 2 so that we simplify our work. So if we drop down this 2, we're going to have something like this. So meaning this side the 2 goes, we'll have something like this according to the rules of logs. So we can divide by 2, so that you get log x plus 2 base e. Then this will be equal to 3, and then you are going to convert this to exponential, and this is going to be e to the power 3. E to the power 3 is equal to x plus 2. So when you're converting, you make sure that the base of the logarithm still remains the base even when it's in exponential. Alright, so to find the value of x, you simply just so to find the value of x, you simply just make x the subject of the formula. This is going to be e to the power 3 minus 2 and so I think this is the value. I think this is the final answer, because finding e to the power 3, unless you have a calculator, that's when you can manage to find that. So let's quickly move on to the next question. So the next question is 4 to the power. The next question is 4 to the power negative 3x being equal to 0.25. So this can also be written as this 0.25 can also be written as, first let me write this part, can also be written as 1 over 4. Okay. So this 1 over 4 can also be written as 4 to the power negative 1. So we are going to have 4 to the power negative 3x being equal to 4 to the power negative 1. So since the bases are the same, it means that the powers are the same. Or if you want, we can just say we introduce ln on both sides. So we're going to have something like this being equal to ln 4 to the power negative, and then we drop down the powers. So when we drop down the powers, we're going to have negative 3x ln 4 being equal to negative 1 ln 4. Then we divide both sides by ln 4. So this and that will go together with that and that. So we're just going to remain with negative 3x is equal to negative 1. So to find the value of x, we divide by negative 3, so that x becomes 1 over 3. We move on to the next question. So the next question is also very simple. So we have 2e to the power 2x minus 5e to the power x minus 3 is equal to 0. So what we just need to do is to rewrite this equation. So we're going to make sure that we leave e to the power x alone, so that we have something like that. Then we have negative 5e to the power x minus 3 is equal to 0. So while there is e to the power x, I'm going to replace with y. I'm going to say let y be equal to e to the power x, and the reason why I've done this is just to make my work easy. So while there is e to the power x, I'm going to be putting y. So I'm going to have 2y squared. There's this squared there, that's the one that I've put there. E to the power x is now y. And then we have minus there, have 5 to the power y minus 3 is equal to 0. Then we can solve this equation. So the product is equal to 2 times negative 3, this is negative 6, and then the sum is simply just negative 5. Then the factors will therefore be we find two numbers that we can multiply to get negative 6. When we add them, they're going to give us negative 5. So we have 1 and negative 6. When we multiply them, we're getting negative 6. When we add 1 and negative 6, we're getting negative 5. So we replace it there. So we have 2y squared, and then while there is negative 5, we put the factors there. So we have negative 6y and positive y, and we say minus 3 is equal to 0. So we find the common factor here, which is 2y. Then when we divide there, we're getting y minus, and 2y into 6y, we're getting 3. And the other part here, we have plus 1, and then the common one is plus positive 1. Then we have y minus 3 in brackets. We say this is equal to 0. So I have y minus 3 and 2y plus 1. So this is equal to 0. So the first value of y becomes 3. Then the second value of y becomes negative 1 over 2. So now, having found the values of y, remember I said y is equal to e to the power x. So meaning while there is y here in these solutions, we're going to replace e to the power x. So we have e to the power x being equal to 3. So when we have such an equation, so we have, this is our first equation. The other equation will be e to the power x is equal to negative 1 over 2. So what we do is we simply just introduce ln on both sides so that we get the value of x. So introduce ln this side and ln that side, we're going to have ln e to the power x being equal to ln 3. So we drop down the x so that we have x ln e being equal to ln 3. So the value of x now will become, because we know that ln e is simply just 1. So the value of x is now just going to be ln 3. So the first value of x is equal to ln 3. Okay, let's now find the other value of x. To find the other value of x, we have to introduce ln on both sides as well. So how do we do that? So I'm trying to be fast because I want to solve as many questions as possible on this on the board. Okay, so we get this other equation, which is this part. So that is why we replace with e to the power x, and then we had 1 over negative 1 over 2. So we introduce ln on both sides. So we have ln e to the power x being equal to ln negative 1 over 2. So here we can drop down the x so that we have x ln e is equal to ln negative half. So ln e is simply just equal to what? 1. So we have x being equal to ln of a negative number is simply just 0. Oh, sorry, not 0, but does not exist. So we just say no solution. So the ln of a negative number does not exist. So we just say no solution. Alright, so let's quickly move on to the next question. So the next question is log 3 base 7 plus log x base 7 is equal to log 3 to base 7. How do you solve such equation? So when you're adding two logarithms, it means that you have to multiply the functions. So there's addition there, so we're going to multiply the functions. We're going to have 3 times x. This is going to be 3x base 7 being equal to log 3 to base 7. So we are going to take this to the other side of the equal sign, so that we have log 3x base 7 minus log 3 to base 7 being equal to 0. So when you're subtracting two logarithms, then you have to divide. So we're going to have the log of 3x over 32 base 7 being equal to 0. So from there, we have to convert this to exponential. So this one is a base, it will still remain the base even in exponential. Then the power is what we have this side, and then this is all equal to 3x over 32. So any number raised to the power 0 is what? Is 1. And then we say this is equal to 3x over 32. When we cross multiply, we have 3x being equal to 32. And then the value of x will therefore be equal to 32 over 3. So we move on to the next question. Move on to the next question. So the next question is 2 log 4x base 6 is equal to 0. So the first thing that we do, we raise this as a power. So this will be log 4x to the power 2 base 6 is equal to what? 0. So we convert this to exponential, and this is going to become, we're going to have, when we convert this to exponential, the base will still be the base. So this will be 6 to the power 0 being equal to 4x squared. And any number raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. So we have 1 is equal to 4x squared. So we can find the square of this, and that will give us what? 16x squared being equal to what? The one there. So divide everything by 16, divide everything by 16, so that you have the value of x squared being equal to 1 over 16. So to find the value of x, simply just find the square root of both sides. We square root both sides, but of course this side we add plus or minus, and we're going to have plus or minus 1 over 16. So the values of x are therefore going to be plus or minus 1 over 4. Let's quickly move on to the next question. So the next question is simply just okay, so I'll solve the next questions in the next tutorial video. So watch out for the next tutorial video. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do so, and click on the subscription button and also the notification button too. And make sure that if you have any questions, you send them over to any of these lines on the screen. They are all on WhatsApp. And if you need tuitions or lessons in physics and mathematics, you can also contact me using these same lines. Then we shall talk and discuss how we're going to help each other. See you in the next tutorial video. My name is harmtedy. Shalom, shalom.